We all face one or the other kind of stress nowadays. Maybe it is examination hall we are sitting in, or maybe we are struggling to get into something and think of that this may or may not leave me positively. So, what is that scenario that we are facing that is actually known as stress? So, stress is a term that brings to our mind a lot of negative emotions, thoughts, and bad experiences. So, simply speaking, stress is a synonym of the word what we call pressure or maybe tension. So, it's important to understand that all stress is not negative. Certain stress can have positive implication. And in fact, an optimum level of stress is always required for us to perform something on field, on class, or during the examination hall. Stress taking capacity of a person varies from situation to situation. For example, an individual may be very comfortable while giving an exam, but the same person, if is asked to play something on the field, he may not be able to do that. Or it may be that he lands into a tension or a stress kind of situation where he is not able to even perform well. Also, different people have different level of stress taking capacity. For example, if we say there is an individual who is very confident while facing and speaking to a crowd on stage, whereas there is another person who has a great stage fright and starts sweating onto the stage area. His facial expressions, his body language, the way he addresses the crowd will make you feel that he is not into the right stage. He is into the mental stress. So, what can be the causes of this stress? So, stress can come from any of the sources. It may come from family itself, like what we call them as family stressors, like the parenting style, expectations by the parents from their children, family income, your siblings. If the parents are separated, then separated parents creates add-on pressure. Similarly, we have school stressors like homework, grade, a thrive for achieving particular score, test, project work, maybe the teachers, or maybe sometimes the peer pressure. Similarly, we have some health stressors like increasing weight, low height, my physical appearance is not good, I have some chronic disease, I am disabled. So, all these lead to some mental stress. Similarly, we have some social stressors too, like the peer group I am referring to, or if I am into a relationship, it might be there are some difficulties with my relationship, my friends, the fashion, Facebook, my finances, my love life, or maybe the leadership position. So, all these lead to stress that we are getting from social life. Similarly, sometimes it's extracurricular stresses also. The sports I'm associated with, the clubs I go and visit, the team I lead, the speeches I give, sometimes I act in a drama or maybe a theatre. So I'm not able to perform that well. Like Mahendra Singh Dhoni on 99, what will he feel on field at that time? That is a stress he is facing at that particular moment. Think of a situation where India needs 6 runs in one ball. The player on field must be in some situation that we call as stress. The next thing is the way a person sees oneself into the relation to the outside world. Maybe feeling and taking responsibilities. If suddenly you lose someone you are in great love with, like losing some beloved ones, a feeling of guilt, maybe choosing the career, maybe thinking about future. So all this will lead to one or the other forms of stress. And what this stress will lead you to is something that we'll now discuss. The symptoms of stress, the common term we use. So the common symptoms that you may experience when you are witnessing a stress is maybe memory related problems, You are not able to concentrate, poor judgmental powers, saying only negative in the other people, maybe anxious or racing thoughts, constant worrying. It might be that there are mood swings. That is what we call moodiness. Getting irritated or being very short tempered. Or it may be that anger and aggression is visible onto the face always. You are not able to relax. It might be you feel like overwhelmed. Similarly, it might be a sense of loneliness that comes up. You feel isolated. You feel depressed. Not only this, sometimes we are even having some physical disorders because of the stress. Now, what kind of disorders I'm talking? It's not the disorders that is physically visible, but something that will have an impact on your health. Like you will have sweating palms, you will feel uneasiness, excessive tiredness, sometimes even aches and pains. Sometimes you grit your teeth, your stomach may get upset, you may have diarrhea, you may get into constipation, you have sometimes difficulty in breathing, you may get into frequent urination, like dizziness is there. You may feel like to do vomit outside. Your muscles start tightening and it may even cause you pain. You have rapid heartbeat. There is sudden change in your blood pressure. It might be there is chest pain. You may even encounter frequent cold. There might be eruptions of ulcer into your mouth or maybe internal body. So all this is something that needs medication. Now let's talk about some other symptoms that is visible to you also. Like you will be eating more and less than usual. You either will be sleeping too much or you will not have even a bit of sleep. You isolate yourself from others. Sometimes you neglect the responsibilities, or you may start using alcohol, cigarettes, or maybe drugs to relax yourself. Nervousness comes into picture. You start biting your nails. You again have racing thoughts. You take out some stress on others, like angry shout outs. You outburst. There's some physical violence coming up. You worry too much and lose confidence onto yourself. But remember one thing, people's tolerance of stress always varies. A situation that is intolerable to one person may be stimulating to other. What is important here is stress is affecting your day-to-day working, and this needs to be managed. In today's world, we can neither solve all our problems nor escape from them. What we have to learn is to minimize the effects, and we need to learn how to manage that. That means we need to learn how to manage the stress. The important point is that you can learn to recognize your own responses to stress and develop some skills to deal with that particular stress. And this stress management is an ongoing activity, ongoing process, and has to be learned by the person himself. Now, how we can improve our stress tolerance level? It's very simple. You have to make some positive changes. What these changes are? Positive attitude. The first and the foremost thing that is required is you change your attitude. Next is be optimistic. Have faith that yes, I can do. Be confident. Don't believe in superstitions. Be scientific, be logical. You know your strengths and weaknesses and do capitalize on that particular strength. Learn from your mistakes. And the next thing I'll say is you love yourself. This is the key to be happy. But yes, you need to have faith in the goodness of the humanity. Ask for help whenever needed. No one in the world is self-sufficient. The other things now I'll talk about is actually not related to the attitude difference that I'm talking on, but to change their lifestyle. How? Starting a balanced and nutritious diet. Reduce the intake of tea and coffee. You cultivate some hobbies, get into meditation, relaxing exercises and sports. Enjoy the humor. Have some massage therapy. Be a social animal. Socialize. And in case if needed, consult some experts, maybe doctors, maybe counselors. Be organized, be systematic. Yes, you have to always check what is your work and how you are going to do that. You have to be bold enough, strong enough so as to counter that stress. You take a break from this stressful situation, discuss this problem with someone on whom you can actually rely. Listen to soft music. Don't expect that I am perfect, but yes, count on your blessings that yes, this is why I am here and this is what I have. Now remember one fact, do not always try to compete with others because all of us are different. You need to build a network of friends who can help you manage yourself and continue capitalizing onto your good things. There are 4 A's for controlling stress. So I'll just give you a brief about those 4 A's. The first one is acknowledge. Acknowledge means you have to accept that fact that you have a problem and you are under stress. Accepting that problem will help you look for solutions. Next is appreciate. You need to appreciate. What appreciate? Every experience teaches you something, be it a negative one, but this negative experience will always help you take a next level in future. So you need to appreciate that negative experience too. Third one is alter. Alter means alternatives. So every situation you are facing, and if you want to counterattack that particular situation, you need to hunt for alternatives. Search for situation options, how you can handle that particular difficult situation. So every situation can be handled in different situations, different ways. You have to understand those different alternatives. Lastly, avoid any situation or person that causes unnecessary stress. You should avoid that because stress is momentary. Don't let this moment destroy your behavior. By adopting these measures, the 4 measures that we talked now, you can actually reduce your stress to very minimum level. A smile brings feeling of happiness, and stress is a term that brings in lot of negative emotions, thoughts and bad experiences. So this is all from our side. We'll definitely see you again with more set of informative videos that will help you do something and gain something out of that particular thing. Thank you.